This video is brought to you by hats. Hats. Is your head ugly? Put a hat on it. So it all started when Chase Stevens made me think that he was good at cutting hair.
My name's Chase Stevens. This is my master class.
And so I thought, well, coronavirus, can't go to my normal barber, so I guess I'll go to this guy who has his master class. But it turns out going to a seminarian for a haircut is kind of like having a trust fall with one. Are you ready?
Of course, Father, don't you trust me?
Hey, look, Daniel, a squirrel.
No way!
So I can't promise you'll learn anything from this video. In fact, I actually guarantee you won't. But two things will happen at the end of this video if you get all the way through. And don't fast forward, it won't work. I'm just kidding, it probably will work. Two things will happen at the end of this video. One, you'll get to see what my hair actually looks like. Two, there'll actually be a serious message about divine mercy. So stay tuned.
If you don't want a trash haircut, you should use a trash bag. You can tell me about your wife and your kids.
Oh.
Maybe you shouldn't tell me about your wife and your kids. A lot of clients like to complain about things, so you could tell me what you dislike, and we could talk about those things.
Let's talk about politics.
Yeah, okay.
So, what do you think, just in general, about like the whole political thing?
All right. That's good.
All right.
Well, all right. Now, what do you think? A 1?
How about a 15?
Why don't we start with a 4?
Yeah,
Keep it a little longer, and then we'll see where we're at.
that'll be good.
Never, ever cut with a 1 right away. Second rule of my master class. Number 3, stop laughing when you're getting your hair cut. Oh, I'm just kidding. Another part of a master class, make sure you have all your tools that you need to cut someone's hair.
We are the raisins that make raisin bread so great.
So usually I choose my barber based on how old he is and how good he is at talking about politics, but in such a way that everyone thinks he agrees with them.
Yeah, I meant to ask you, did you watch the debate last night?
Oh man, you're doing good. They're good at having strong opinions, but that won't drive their customers away.
Okay, now I'm getting nervous.
What are you getting nervous about? It's never a good sign to laugh while you're cutting someone's hair.
You ready?
Ow my ear. Ow my head. Ow my dignity. Ow.
This will be very interesting, actually.
This will be very interesting, actually. A great quote from a barber.
So, get gray hairs often?
Yeah, all the time. I use Just for Men. That seems sexist, doesn't it? Like, what if there was a car that was named Just for Men?
They'd lose it.
Yeah.
If you actually cut hair and you're watching this, I'm sorry. Like, I really am.
No. This is a master class. It's not magic, it's juggling.
You know what? We're going for it. We're going for it. We're going for it. We're going for it.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is great.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna go.
This is not what you want to see your barber doing. Hysterically cackling. You still may get a tip, but it's definitely going to be smaller.
It's okay. Do you want it shorter than this, or is this as short as you want it?
Probably this is as short as I want it.
Oh my god.
What happened?
You gotta let me shave the sides lower. Like a 2 on the side of your head. Yeah, let me give you a fade.
Fade?
Alright.
That's what the kids do. I've got hair in my mouth. My other barber always gave me scotch at Christmas time.
Kinda weird.
It was weird.
Oh my god.
Corona brings out the best in some, the worst in others.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a fade.
Do you know how to do a fade?
I think so.
Wait, hey, pause. We're going to look up on YouTube how to do a fade.
Actually?
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay.
YouTube can't help us now.
Thank God that you... Never mind.
That I'm a celibate
You're a
man?
celibate priest.
Yeah, I don't think you need the comb on this.
You look like
I don't think you can comb this. I look like what? I look like what? Say it to the camera.
You look like a circus clown.
I look like a circus clown. This is a great master class. Has your barber ever told you you look like a circus clown after he cut your hair?
Do you want to look at how short it is? Turn the side of your head.
Where? Right here?
Keep turning.
I don't know if I can see.
Turn your
Is it like bald?
Just don't touch it.
How did you do that with the guard on?
Not that bad.
It's not that bad. We should rename this video Quotes You Don't Want to Hear from Your Barber. It's not that bad. Thankfully, I have a clown wig that I was planning on wearing at Mass anyway, so that'll cover this up for the next couple days.
It's a good thing you're not in charge of my formation anymore.
Oh, I have input. I have input in your formation. Don't worry. It's probably because I'm moving so much. It's probably my fault. Don't blame yourself. Actually, just kidding. Blame yourself.
Sorry, Father.
Bless me, Father.
I really have sinned. Just gotta trust me. You trust me?
No. What's those hair growth commercials? I need to go and check those out.
Alright, I wish you had more flappy ears. Doesn't make it any easier on me. Oh wow. Can you do a spin for me? Can you spin
This way?
spin around for me? Looks great.
I can't see it.
Alright, it's looking good.
Yeah. When you're already in your vocation, it's great. Don't need to impress anybody. That happens almost every time I get my hair cut, that it's shorter than it was before.
Let me rephrase that. I did make a mistake.
There's no more to cut off!
It really doesn't look good.
Where? Right here? Not so much here. Not so much here. But right here.
Can you look at me real quick? Alright. Turn. Let's see what I did.
Oh, are you learning? Good. That's the point.
Okay.
That's like really short.
Mm-hmm. That's why I asked if you trust me. Well, if I'd say so myself, that looks pretty dang good. Okay, I want to say I can fix this, but there's only one thing to do.
Takes bravery to learn a new skill. Chase Stevens, today you have demonstrated bravery.
Try fading it into a 1. Are you nervous, Father?
No. I mean, yeah. What do you think? Was it around the ears where you felt like things went south?
You think things went south?
No, I mean, if...
Please come closer to the camera. Turn your head, please. On the other side. Back to the other side. Give me 1 second. I need to make a point.
A point?
Mm-hmm.
On the side of my head?
So turn your head this way. See how it's rounded?
You're like the Michelangelo of barber. You see what's there, and then you chip away the hair to reveal the sculpted beauty that remains.
That did not work.
Michelangelo said shoot a lot. I said you found it.
stand up and look at me.
All right. Greg's the most encouraging. All right.
You let me buzz it.
But at 0?
I mean, I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna play around. You cannot look like this.
Why not?
You cannot look like that. It has to be longer.
This has to be longer.
Yeah.
Never heard a barber say, this has to be longer.
Father, I can't. I have to do it.
Okay. I should have told you to leave the front, but that's okay.
No, it can't be done. It needs to all come off.
All? What do you mean all?
It needs to be a 1. The whole thing.
No, what did we learn here today? What was your original
listen to me
plan?
though, real quick. I never had a plan. Also, don't shave your beard. Ever. Now turn to your right. Turn to your left.
Yeah, thin out the sides.
Like with a 1?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If I could move the beard to the top of the head.
I really hope that you will forgive me for what I've done. See that line?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Sure. Why not?
Turn your head to this way. I think would look better than one line.
Line it up. I feel like I'm more intimidating now. No one was scared of me before. Now everyone will be scared of me. By the way, at Lexington growing up, I was the champion scissors tosser. That was one of our favorite sports.
Did you get a prize for that?
Yeah, I lived.
Shoot, all right.
All right, now candidly, Chase, how do you feel after this experience?
Well, I am sorry, Father. that's
So you would say
that's all I can really say.
your main feeling is contrition.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go with that. You know what? This has been important because this is Divine Mercy Sunday. And the whole reason we did all of this was so that you could have God's mercy. 3 o'clock.
Well, you can get out of my chair now. You're done, sir.
But I'm keeping this garbage bag.
Trying to cut hair, make some money for my family. Can't you leave?
So there it is, folks. This is what I look like. As a reference to remind you what I used to look like, here's a picture of me from 3 days ago. It'll grow back. But there's actually something really incredible about this experience. And what it was is that this took place on Divine Mercy Saturday. And you know, Chase is a good guy, but I know he's not that great at cutting hair. This right here doesn't look good. But as you can see from the video, he kind of felt kind of bad. We're not going to mess up on things if we don't try. And if we do screw things up, it's a sign that maybe we were trying to put some effort into it. And the reality is that even though this doesn't look that great, what was even less aesthetically pleasing was the fact that when Jesus came back from the dead, he still had his wounds in his hands and in his side. And as Jesus came to his disciples, those men who did way worse than give him a bad haircut, these were the men who betrayed him. These were the men who denied him, who abandoned him at the cross. And when he entered into that upper room, he said one very comforting thing: "Peace be with you." And he showed him the wounds on his hands and in his side to show them that he conquered all of the things that we do wrong. Jesus told St. Faustina that the thing that hurts him most isn't our sins, but it's our lack of trust in him. And so when we do mess things up, and my guess is lots of us have messed things up during this time, when we do mess things up, what Jesus most wants from us, what he most desires, is that we turn back to him and we re-entrust ourselves to him. This is the message that Jesus tells St. Faustina to pass along to priests. "My daughter, speak to priests about this inconceivable mercy of mine. The flames of mercy are burning me, clamoring to be spent. I want to keep pouring them out upon souls. Souls just don't want to believe in my goodness." So this Divine Mercy Sunday, do you believe in the goodness of Jesus? Do you believe that no matter what's going on, the most important quality, the most important reality in all of our lives is the mercy of God? The God who can take things that were screwed up and he can make something good out of them. So I'm praying for you. I miss everyone who I don't get to see during this time. And know that our seminarians are men who are willing to try. They're men who are putting themselves out there. And yes, they're messing things up. I mean, they're messing some things up pretty badly. But really, they're not messing anything up any worse than I did as a seminarian and actually as a priest. Let me end with this story. When I was a priest in my former parish, a man came to me to have his child baptized. And I asked him a few questions. And one of the questions I asked, as I normally ask couples, is, "Are you married in the church?" And the man told me, yes, he was. And so we filled out the forms, and then we got to the end. And the man left. And about 2 hours later, I got a phone call. And that phone call, it was that same man. And he said, "Father, I need to see you. Can we meet?" I said, "Sure, why not?" He came in. He was pretty distraught. He said, "Father, I'm sorry. I lied to you." And I didn't know what he had lied about. He said, "Father, my wife and I were not married in the church." I said, "Okay, well, how long have you guys been together?" He said, "About 20 some years. We have 3 kids. I said, has it just been the two of you, faithful to each other? He said, yeah. I said, okay, well, do you guys want to get married in the church? He said, yeah. I said, okay, we'll have a couple meetings and then we can get you guys married in the church. I want you guys to have the sacrament. And he was amazed. He said, Father, you're not going to yell at me? I said, no, of course I'm not going to yell at you. He said, Father, I thought you were going to yell at me when you came in here. I said, well, you know, Jesus has been incredibly merciful to me, way more merciful than I could ever be to any other person. And so the one thing that I want people to know is that Jesus is merciful. If you come in here and you're ready to entrust yourself to his mercy, well, I'm ready to do absolutely everything I can to help you receive that mercy. Because honestly, giving mercy is probably the easiest, most rewarding part of a priest's job. We sit in the confessional, people bring their sins to us, we say the words of Jesus, and they're gone. So as I said, I don't know if you learned anything from this video, but I hope that at least as St. Faustina and St. John Paul II are face-palming in heaven, that maybe you've learned a little bit more about divine mercy, or at least been reminded of it, because I know that that's something that I can't be reminded of enough. So God bless you, praying for you, and I can't wait to see all of you. What, you think I'd go out without a hat on?